Hello, I'm Steve Shaw, National Coordinator of Football Officials and Secretary of Rules Editor for the NCAA. And today we're continuing our series of media videos for the 2021 season, and we're going to be focused on game action from the weekend of November 13th. Now, before we get into our plays, a quick update on overtime. As you know, we made a rule change this year that once you go to the third overtime, that each team's possession series will be a one-play, two-point try from the 3-yard line. Again, this was around player health and safety and to limit the number of plays. So how have we been doing? Well, 72% of our overtime games have been decided in one overtime. So 18 of the 25 went to only one overtime. We had another 4 games that went to a second overtime, and we've only had 3 games extend past the second overtime procedure. We had a 3 overtime game, a 4 overtime game, and then everybody remembers the 9 overtime game. But the rule's been working very well. We've limited the number of plays for our student athlete, and we've had an exciting ending to these overtime games. So with that, let's get straight on into our plays.
Our first play this week, we have a pass complete in the red zone, and the receiver's going to run toward the goal. He's hit, he dives into the end zone, and the ruling on the field is going to be a touchdown. Now, all scoring plays must be confirmed by the replay official, and if they can't quickly confirm it and alert the referee, then they have to stop the game for further review, and that's what happens here. Now, as we stop the game, our first view is a great shot right down the goal line, and we can see number 11 of the offense. He stretches to get the ball across the goal. But if we back it up, we really can't see when that knee goes down because the defender is blocking our view of it. So our next view is from the opposite side, and we can see clearly when the knee is down, but it's difficult from this view to see precisely where the ball is at the time the knee goes down. Now, in this case, the TV producer is going to sync up these two views and going to give it back to the replay official. And as we look at the right view, we can pause it precisely when the knee goes down. And then if we look at the goal line view on the left, we can see that the ball is short. And so this is a great job by the TV producer. It allows replay to overturn this call of a touchdown to make it just short. Now, with our latest replay systems that allow 12 camera inputs directly into the system, sometimes the instant replay official can put together multiple views to help make a decision, but it's great when TV can put it together for all to see. Great job, TV producer, and good job, replay. Before we look at play 2, let's take a look at the rule for the minimum time for a play after spiking the ball. So the rule states that if the game clock is stopped and will start on the referee's signal with 3 or more seconds remaining in the quarter, the offense may reasonably expect to throw the ball directly to the ground and have enough time for another play. With 2 seconds or 1 second on the game clock, there is enough time for only one play. And so what we're going to see is the offense snaps with 9 seconds left. They complete a pass downfield for a first down, so the clock will stop by rule for the first down. But because the runner's in bounds, the clock is going to restart on the referee's signal. And we see the game clock was stopped at 2 seconds, so we know there's only time for one play. Now, the offense snaps it, the quarterback takes a couple steps back, and then he spikes it. So we know because there was only 2 seconds left, the game is over. Now, there's one other issue with this play. In order to legally spike the ball, the quarterback must do it immediately after controlling the snap. This was not immediate because he took a couple steps back and then grounded it, so it could also be a foul for intentional grounding. Play 3, the quarterback's going to take the snap, drop back, gets quick pressure, he steps up, and he's going to throw downfield, and is hit as he throws, and the pass is going to be intercepted by the defense, and is run back to about the 15, where we see multiple flags there around the quarterback. Now, the crew comes together to discuss this, and we're going to get an excellent announcement from our referee.
Personal foul, roughing the passer with targeting, defense number 8. A ruling of targeting is under review.
Now, the key component here is that we have a foul, roughing the passer with targeting. Anytime we hear with targeting, we're going to get a 15-yard penalty, but we know the targeting is going to be reviewed. So even if the targeting is overturned here, we're still going to have the penalty for roughing the passer. As we see the ISO replay, the quarterback is defenseless, and the defender launches up, leads with the head, and big forcible contact to the head of the defenseless quarterback. So this is really a textbook example of targeting, and the defender is going to be disqualified. But there's just one 15-yard penalty here, roughing the passer with targeting. Play 4, we get a punt, and the receiving team's going to give a fair catch signal, but they let the ball go, and the kicking team is going to try to down the ball in the field of play, but the ball, as we see, is going to get into the end zone, and the initial ruling on the field was touchback. Now, the rule states that if a player of the kicking team catches or recovers a scrimmage kick that's crossed the neutral zone, the ball becomes dead, and the ball belongs to the receiving team at that dead ball spot. And so replay is going to come in on this, and we're going to see that number 5 of the kicking team, he definitely catches the ball. He has firm control of the ball in the field of play, but then he's going to carry it forward into the end zone where it becomes loose. So by rule, the ball is dead immediately when it's possessed by the kicking team. So replay is going to overturn this touchback, and they're going to give the ball to the receiving team at the 2-yard line where it was possessed by the kicking team. Now, if there was no possession and the ball broke the plane of the goal line, it would have been a touchback. But this is a play correctly overturned by replay because the kicking team had possession of the ball in the field of play. Play 5 is a 4th and goal play, and we're getting so many teams attempting 4th down conversions now. It's good to review our 4th down fumble rule. So this play, we have a run up the middle. The player's going to be stacked up just short of the goal line. The ball's going to come out. There's a big scramble for the ball, and the crew is going to rule that the defense recovers. Now, if the offense had recovered on 4th down, our rule states that on 4th down before a change of team possession, when a Team A fumble, and that's the offense's fumble, is caught or recovered by a Team A player other than the fumbler, the ball is dead. And if the catch or recovery is beyond the spot of the fumble, the ball is returned to the spot of the fumble. And if the catch or recovery is behind the spot of the fumble, the ball remains at the spot of the catch or recovery. So what we see here, you can actually see the ball loose on the goal line view. And then from the end zone view behind the offense, we see the defender recover the ball. But this rule is in place for a play just like this when the runner is stopped short of the goal line or short of the line to gain on 4th down. And the rule's there to keep them from just fumbling to try to pick up yardage and maybe get a score or a first down. Our last play this week comes from questions that we've received about the holder and why they're not down when their knee is on the ground. And as we watch this play unfold, we're going to see that the holder is actually going to leave their knee down on the ground and pass the ball to a teammate. It's actually the kicker here, and this is a legal play. And as we go to the rule, we know that a player is down if their knee's down, or really anything other than a hand or a foot touches the ground. But there's an exception, and the exception states that the ball remains alive when an offensive player has simulated a kick or at the snap is in position to kick the ball held for a place kick by a teammate. The ball may be kicked, passed, or advanced by rule. Since we had a kicker in place at the snap, the ball is not dead when the holder's knee is down, and then the ball may be passed with the knee down, as we see here. The NFL rule is the same. Their holder is not down until there's down by contact, so the holder's okay. But the high school rule is different. A holder must actually rise, got to get his knee off the ground before they can pass the ball. Well, that's it for our plays this week, and we appreciate your time invested in this video. We thank you again for the continued feedback. That's very, very helpful to us. And as we head down the stretch, it seems that all games take an increasing importance. So best of luck to all, and stay safe and healthy.